let's jump right into this explainer because today we are looking at a car that makes an absolute, undeniable statement without whispering a single word. We're talking about the frankly outrageous 2027 Ford Mustang Dark Horse SC convertible. Fresh off its jaw-dropping reveal at the Woodward Dream Cruise, this is definitely not just another breezy drop-top pony car to take to the beach. No, this is literally the most powerful, most untamed open-air Mustang that Ford has ever engineered. So whether you're a die-hard blue oval fanatic or just someone who appreciates raw, unadulterated speed, buckle up. We're going to break down exactly what makes this incredible machine tick. Okay, let's kick things off by anchoring on the sheer absurdity of the headline figure. 795 horsepower. Just let that sink in for a second, right? 795. This absolute monster of a number is generated by a massive, supercharged 5.2-liter Predator V8 lurking under the hood. To put that completely wild figure into perspective for you, that's actually more power than a Lamborghini Huracan. It's enough raw output to rival the Ferrari SF90. We are quite literally talking about supercar-level numbers stuffed straight into an American convertible. Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. First, the 795 horsepower headline. Then, the powertrain and performance reality. After that, design and drop-top drama. And finally, the market and our final verdict. Section 1. The 795 horsepower headline.
Now, understanding this car means understanding the immediate difference between the drop-top and its hardtop sibling. Unlike the incredibly stiff, track-focused coupe, which honestly acts like a precision scalpel on a road course, Ford purposely tuned this convertible specifically for the street. To pull this off, they softened the springs, dialed back the sway bars, and gave the suspension a completely unique MagneRide luxury tune. The goal here? It's all about luxury grand touring and high-speed boulevard cruising. This car enthusiastically trades lap records for sheer, comfortable, brute force. It's a sledgehammer, not a scalpel.
Section 2. Powertrain and performance reality. Now, I just know the purists out there are asking this the exact second they see the specs. Where is the stick shift? Well, there isn't one. Ford exclusively paired the 660 pound-feet of early-hitting torque with a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic. Now, before you get upset, hear me out on this. A dual-clutch gearbox shifts infinitely faster than any human ever could. And because this convertible is a genuinely heavy machine, that instantaneous, lightning-fast shifting is exactly what's needed to deliver that relentless, neck-snapping acceleration you want. But hey, don't worry, it's not all go without the stop. If you opt for the track pack, you are getting massive stopping power and grip. We're talking carbon fiber wheels, enormous Brembo carbon ceramic brakes, and incredibly sticky Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2R. However, notice what is missing here. The most hardcore, aggressive chassis upgrades that you'd normally find on the coupe are noticeably absent from the ragtop. So why is that? Well, the crucial point is that chopping the roof completely ruins a car's chassis rigidity. The roof is a massive structural component. Without it, Ford had to add a ton of heavy underbody reinforcements just to keep the car from literally twisting itself apart under all that 795 horsepower. This added weight cements the car's identity for sure. It is undeniably a sledgehammer, it's not a nimble track toy. And frankly, for the buyers eyeing this car, hitting 200 miles per hour on a beautiful coastal highway is exactly what they want anyway. Section 3. Design and drop-top drama. What's really interesting here is the defining color choice. They call this precision purple. It's a pearlescent, deep metallic paint that literally shifts in the sunlight like a gemstone. It is gorgeous. Combine that head-turning color with a massive hood featuring functional heat extractor louvers, a really wide, planted stance, and a super aggressive front splitter, you've got a vehicle that absolutely commands attention before you even turn the key. And the engineering behind the drop-top experience itself is just phenomenal. To handle the unique aerodynamics of a convertible at those crazy speeds, Ford integrated a lower rear spoiler to reduce drag and turbulence. The roof is a power-folding multi-layer acoustic fabric that disappears in seconds. And honestly, it keeps the cabin whisper quiet when it's up. But when that top goes down, oh man, that's where the magic happens. Ford specifically tuned the exhaust flaps to deliver a deep, intoxicating V8 burble, while carefully engineering out that annoying, droning sound that usually ruins long, comfortable drives. Stepping inside, the cabinet brilliantly blends the high-tech feel of a fighter jet with the comfort of a luxury lounge. You're immediately greeted by a massive 12.4-inch digital instrument cluster and a huge 13.2-inch center touchscreen. But for me, the absolute highlight is grabbing onto that flat-bottom suede steering wheel, completely surrounded by these unique deep blue interior accents that perfectly offset that vivid purple exterior.
Which brings us to Section 4, the market and final verdict.
So let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? Who exactly is this car for? With an expected starting price north of $113,000, you are entirely stepping out of the standard everyday Mustang demographic. You are walking right into elite luxury sports car territory. This massive price tag changes the conversation entirely, putting this Ford head-to-head with some of the most prestigious badges in Europe. When we look at the competition, the story becomes crystal clear. Your rivals at this specific price point are the Chevrolet Corvette Z06 and the Porsche 911 Turbo Cabriolet. The Corvette is clinical, it's mid-engine, and it's obsessed with lap times. The Porsche is an absolute marvel of precise engineering, though notoriously expensive to option out. But the Mustang, it leans purely into emotional brute force. It's all about the visceral, untamed appeal of a V8 roar mixed with supercharger whine. It is pure drama and nostalgia over track geometry. And that really brings us to the core identity of this car. As our sources point out, it's a beautifully, deeply flawed masterpiece. It's heavy, it's undeniably expensive, and it's definitely not the sharpest handling tool in the shed. But you know what? It doesn't need to be. This is an experience meant for Sunday mornings with the wind in your hair. It truly is a celebration of internal combustion and a glorious last hurrah for the mighty V8 before electrification completely takes over the industry. If you want to be the center of attention and hear that supercharger sing right behind your head, well, you need to act fast. Following its August 2026 reveal, the order banks officially opened this fall, with the very first customer deliveries expected in the spring of 2027. So you really don't have much time to decide on this.
So I'll leave you with this final provocative thought to consider. If you had the budget, and you were walking into a Ford dealership tomorrow morning, would you take this 795 horsepower drop-top experience on a dramatic, roaring trip to the grocery store? Or are you sticking with the stiff, track-focused scalpel of the coupe? It's a fascinating choice between ultimate performance and ultimate emotion. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.